Hi, somebody was asking me before about the difference between living in your heart and living in your head, and so I'm going to try and explain this. This is not the easiest thing to do. It's a very, very complex but very simple understanding. So there's a couple of things, and I say to live in your heart. If you live in your heart and you experience your life through your heart, then for one thing is you'll be in the present moment for a start, because the heart only lives in the present moment, has nothing happening inside, it just lives in presence. And you observe life through the present moment through your heart looking out. You look out through your eyes, and your eyes can only see so much what I can see out here. I'm in the garden at the moment, I can see outside the garden, but your third eye from your heart goes to your third eye, and it can see beyond the garden. It can see out in the street down the road. I can see the beach behind me. My third eye can see that really clearly. And I can be there, and I can actually even transport myself there and be there with my consciousness. Anybody can do this. But if you're in your head, you're limited to your mind, and you're limited to your mind watching your senses, and your senses and your mind all very, very closely together. When you're in your heart, if I hear something, I can hear somebody soaring at the moment. If I can hear somebody soaring, I can listen to that from my heart and not my head. And if I think of something, or I feel an emotion, if I feel emotion from here, I can watch the emotion. I can watch my body feeling the feeling that comes with the emotion, and I can observe that, and becoming the observer is the key to this. But if you're in your mind, it's very hard to observe it, because you're the observer watching the observer, which doesn't quite work. So it's like if you were thinking of the colour yellow, and you already are yellow, it's very hard to see yellow if you're yellow. If your mind's trying to think of a thought, because you're already in the thought process. But if you're in your heart, and I think of the colour yellow, I'm having an experience of the colour yellow, but from my heart, so I can observe that. But from here, I'm looking at yellow, looking at yellow from yellow. I'm looking from a yellow background into a yellow painting. Very difficult to see that. So this is the encouragement. And Rumi has a beautiful poem around this, and I have to paraphrase it, because it's not exactly how he wrote it, but I just paraphrase it. And it says that you have a physical body, but you're not a physical body. You have thoughts, but you're not your thoughts. You have emotions, and you're not your emotions. And so what he's talking about is that, and he said after that, he said, you're the person watching those things. You're the observer of those. You're watching your thoughts. You watch your thoughts come and go. You watch your feelings. You observe your emotions in your body, and you watch your emotions. You aren't your emotions. You just watch them happening. You have a physical body, and you can observe your physical body, but you're not a physical body. You're the one watching that. And it's a great way to understand it, because in your heart you can do that. From your heart you can feel your body. You can feel the presence. From my mind, if I'm in my heart, I watch thoughts can come and go. I can feel emotions come up through my body. I can feel thoughts of feelings. I can have a thought, and then I get a feeling with it. But all of that, I'm watching myself do that, and I'm not the thought. I'm watching the thought. When I think of something, I watch that. I'm the one watching the thought come in, and I choose what I want to do with that thought, and I choose to let it go or to stay with it. And it's a great principle, but it happens, you have to be in your heart to do that, because if you're in your thoughts trying to watch a thought, it's pretty much impossible. So you've got to get out of here into the heart to live, and then so life's very different. And you experience life through this place, which is a different experience of how you see the world, because you're looking out from here. You're not looking out from the world from here. And I'd encourage you to try that and experience what it feels like. You probably already know exactly what I'm talking about, but if you don't, this is a great experience to think and put your hands on your heart. And we can do it a different way. Think of a friend. Think of a friend, and think of the person. Think of that person, whoever it is. Yep, good. Now you think of them, put your hands on your heart and think of that person. And you watch it changes. Did you see the change? The change from when you thought of it in their head and you thought of it in their heart, the whole thing changes and goes bang, bang, and you go, whoa, okay, that's a different experience. That's a different relationship I have with the heart and a different relationship I have with the head. That's a really good example for you to understand how you can differentiate between the two of them. And I encourage you to live in the heart, because the world's a very different experience from the heart than it is from your head. Very cool. Hopefully that's useful to you anyway. If you have any questions about it, please ask. It's complicated, but I know I think you get what I'm referring to anyway. And try that thing with your friend. With thinking of your friend, and you'll notice the difference. Cool. Bye-bye.